Greetings, everyone. I am here with my good friend Peppi. Hey, Pep.
Greetings. Hello, Simon. Hello, everyone. Nice to be here.
Many of you may know this a beautiful friend of mine, which is now, today we're at his beautiful project called Zee Barn. This is part of it here, and there's a garden at the back, and we're just getting some shade around here. So we just recorded a podcast, another podcast. Hopefully some of you have listened to the previous ones, and today we spoke really, about many things, but what was the core theme?
The core thing that we circled around was about design and the importance of having a good, when we say design, it's rooted in permaculture design. And permaculture is kind of, for those maybe that don't know, or they just think it's about organic food cultivation. It's not. It's a big toolkit for living life regeneratively. Mm-hmm. Something that is maybe coming out more and more recently, this regenerative agriculture, regenerative medicine, regenerative living. And permaculture is kind of the way, the toolkit, the kind of old, like those old radios that we used to have, and then I still have one, by the way. You put on, and then you turn the dial, and then there's a frequency you tune in, and then you turn the dial again, you tune in another frequency. So for me, permaculture is the ability to co-create with nature by understanding nature through observations and co-participatory work. And so this is quite a different way of life from the conventional, competitive way of life that most of us live in, or that we get caught up in anyway, because a lot of people don't want to be there even though we're there, or most of us are there. So permaculture design, then, the design is the process by which we get this knowledge, get these lessons, get these understandings, and we put them into something that's congruent, that's tangible, that is how do you say? It's a way how then we can replicable. I don't know if I said that. So anybody can understand it, and then we can apply it. So it's a step between the vision and the manifestation, but it's a very important step. It's a step where we get more clarity, where we get more understanding, and where we can even do mistakes without costing us any money, because we're still doing things on paper or on screen. I like paper more. And we can see more the connections in that way, and the connections and the fluidity and the interchangeability and the exchange of resources between one component and another, one living thing, one business, could be whatever, because permaculture design can be used for a business, for a lifestyle, for a community, for a mapping of whatever, a whole ecosystem with having people living in it.
Yeah, and you shared that even our day to day, designing our own our own life.
Yeah, it's super important to witness, to experience this, and then to work with it, because it's a manifestation tool. It's a really important manifestation tool, which saves us a lot of energy, saves us a lot of time, saves us a lot of headaches,
money,
frustration, and money. Yeah, we've just been talking about that. How many people, come out even after starting a project, and then they see that they've put in so many thousands or even more, and time, energy, and frustration, months. And sometimes that causes even conflict,
separation.
So it brings us the ability to co-create in a way that's an ecosystem. It's an ecosystemic way of co-creation with nature, and bringing us together to share. And of course, there's designers and there's designers, and we like to be those kind of designers that are open for more learning, that there's already other skills that we're going to learn along the way, and that other people are going to bring up along the way. Human resources are kind of the main important resource in this, because we're doing this for us as human beings to be able to participate with nature. Nature can do its thing. Nature's already designing. We're adapting this design from nature's intelligence. So we're using nature's intelligence, and we're saying, we're humbling ourselves enough to say, okay, we can learn. There's things that we can observe, we can learn, and we can integrate into our ways of being and doing. And that's a humble approach, rather than say, I'm just gonna do this. No, what wants to birth over here? What is the calling? what is kind of coming true, and how does that fit, and what does that need in order to like grow strong and healthy, and offer good values. Ultimately we want to offer abundance, offer the right values,
Solutions.
and start from the ground up, and literally start from the ground up, which means if we want to do a garden, we want to create or install a garden, we need to start with the health of the soil. If we don't have the soil is healthy, we can keep it drugged up for a period of time by petrochemicals, but it's not going to be healthy. It's not going to go into the future and serve the future generations. And what we want to do is something that's solid from the ground up that can serve the future generations as well.
Nice.
So it's putting us into the center, yes, into center, not from the ego point of view, in the heart space point of view, and in the heart space, literal center, because the heart can feel, the heart wants to feel, the heart wants to accept, the heart wants to receive, and also wants to give back. And
Beautiful.
and permaculture kind of approaches life in that way. Okay, we're still humans, we still do mistakes, it doesn't mean that we're perfect, but it's a way of, again, humbling ourselves to say, like, this can really be something that can connect, and that's why we do design.
Nice. And also I'm hearing this thing about real service now, service beyond the egoic, superficial drive. Yeah, it's like really the talk today was about how can we also take full responsibility, radical responsibility for this design, for the way we're designing ourselves and the way we're designing our communities, our systems, our culture. So thank you so much. Thank you for this beautiful land. Also, if you haven't yet been to Zee Barn, please go to zeebarn.com. This is my brother's website, and his partner Melania. And you can read about them, what they do with diet and yoga and meditation and events that are coming up. You can dive in for 2 days if you don't feel you can take time out of your busy schedule, or 4 days or longer immersions. So there's a lot happening there. I just want to speak to you. You just said something lovely. The soil getting drugged. I haven't heard that term before. I really love that. You haven't said that to me before. And I really love that, no? Like, really, the soil is the soul. It's the soul, no? It's the soul of our mother, right? It's like, everything's happening there. The mycelium network of raw information. Let us not drug it up. Let us not numb it out. Let us actually listen to it, dive into it, and allow it to teach us. We want to talk about connecting to our soul. Everyone talks about that now. We want to connect to our soul, yet the soil itself is the great soul, So, yeah, that was just coming up anyway. But I share that.
Great, and that's true.
Yeah. Peace, beautiful beings. Thank you so much for being here. Give thanks, gratitude, and I hope you love the podcast. Ciao.